All right, we got buy or sell Dynasty offseason edition, and today we got T.J. Hockenson. In 2021, he missed 5 games, finishes a tight end 15, still had 61 receptions and 4 tutties. So we have to decide, are we buying, which means trading for him, or selling, which means trading away T.J. Hockenson? Badake, where do you sit right now?
Look, I'm buying T.J. Hockenson. You know, he's at an all-time low in my personal opinion. He's a top 5 tight end. And there was some bumps in the road in 2021. Yeah. He was injured, you know. I mean, there was always one year when someone gets injured and then comes back and does something great. He missed 5 games, like you said. He was averaging 11 targets per game, which it's great for a tight end, in my personal opinion.
That's crazy.
And that's what you look for in tight ends, you know. PPR. In the PPR league, you want targets. You want a guy that can produce, that can go out and have the best opportunity to win games. Whether it's he's getting the targets and not catching the ball, kind of like a Mike Gesicki, where he had like 11 targets and no catches or something like that. I think that was a Thursday night game.
That lost me a week. I don't want to talk about that.
That was terrible. But look, even though he missed 5 games, he was out targeting some of these tight ends that were in the top 10. Dawson Knox, Hunter Henry, Dallas Goedert, all these guys finish in the top 10 or in the top 12 purely because of their touchdowns, you know? And we want targets. I want targets. I mean, I want touchdowns as well. But if I'm looking, if I'm breaking it down, I'm going for the targets, okay? If TJ was healthy and he could just continue to average 12.1 points per game, he would finish in the top 4 tight end. There's no doubt about it. We already project him to go there. Let him play every single game. I do believe he'll play, hopefully, if he doesn't get injured. We hope everyone plays every single game next year. So I love T.J. Hockenson, and I'm going to buy him at his absolute low right now.
All right, this was really difficult for me to evaluate. At the end of the day, it came down to what his current price is. So what his current price is a mid to late 2022 first rounder. And I thought to myself, okay, I would send that for TJ if I don't have a solidified tight end in my dynasty squad. You know, he's still young. He's only 24 years old. He'll be 25 in July.
Right.
And in tight end years, I mean, he's just a baby. You know, in tight end years, he's still very, very young tight end. You're telling me I can lock up a top 4 to 6 tight end for about 6 years or so?
Makes sense.
I am willing to part with a 2022 late first rounder to have that done. Like you said, he produced this year, but he's also produced in previous years. We want proven production, and we've seen that. He was a tight end 5 in 2020, and he was the tight end 3 this year before their bye week. And the last thing I want to say is GMs never want to give up on their first round picks.
I agree.
Draft capital is so important to GMs. They will do everything they can to make sure they get as much value out of that pick as they can, which means normally they extend their first round picks. I do expect TJ to get an extension, a long-term extension here soon, because when you're a GM, you want to be able to point towards the picks that you've made or what you've been given and say, look at what I did. This is how I built the team around this player. So for me, I am buying. Let's talk about what a fair price is to pay. Okay. Like I said, I would be willing to send a mid to late first in 2022 for TJ. I would even add a lower level vet if I needed to get the deal done. So for me, it is a buy purely based off of the price that it currently takes. Now, I'm not going to send the 101 in this year's draft for TJ. No. But if that's the price, a mid to late, I would be doing that. What about you? What's the price you're willing to pay?
Yeah, look, if I was trying to get TJ right now, yeah, maybe it obviously all depends on your team, but I think I'm going to send 1.05 1.6, 1.7 to him to try to get him, because it's so hard to get tight ends right now. You know, and they're so up and down each and every year. Now, if I can get a top 5 tight end in my eyes that I can just, you know what, set and forget, I'm down to do. I'm willing to pay that price. And it's hard, even though like you probably want to keep that first round pick, but sometimes you got to bite the bullet and say, you know what, I don't got to worry about him for at least the next 5 to 6 years. So I would be paying that price.
As a talent as well, I mean, this is someone who went in the top 10 of an NFL draft.
Yeah.
That is really rare for a tight end. So I think now might be the small little dip in his
That's
in
all
his
you need.
price
You
graph
need a little gap in the window to try to get him. Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, let us know in the comments if you're buying or selling TJ Hawk.
Yo, what's good?
What
Thanks
up?
for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch
Now,
it.
You can also subscribe
Right now.
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.